Hey guys, this is Little Guitar Boy here. I'm doing a review on my Traxxas Boss 302 VXL. And first off, this car is awesome. I love it. I'm running two 3-cell lipos in parallel. You can't run them in series, it'll blow up everything. But so far, it is great. I've been using it for drifting because when you put on these touring tires, it doesn't handle speed very well. And 50 miles an hour at this thing I'm used to 70 in my Rustler, and that's a lot more controllable because I'm not used to a touring kind of setup. But anyway, I have my cover, has a little cut in the front, which looks kind of goofy, but it actually pushes air into it and onto the motor, and I have cuts on the sides. One for grip, for holding it up, and also it has more airflow when you're like drifting it sideways. So it comes just with this car, with the car obviously, this, and, hold on, this one, no, it's a 6-cell nickel metal hydride, I think. It's, just a normal battery. I gotta admit, it's pretty bad, but I'm comparing it to a lipo, which there's really no comparison. So if you get this car and you want to go any faster than 30 miles an hour and longer run time, this lasted me about 10 minutes. So get a lipo if you can afford it. But you're gonna have to get a big, expensive charger if you don't already have one. So anyway, right now I have it set it up for drifting with these PVC pipe tires that I made. And it turns out, I think this is 2-inch pipe. It exactly fits the stock tire that it comes with, which Traxxas, the tire that it comes with is pretty useless because it's, excuse me, it's not grippy. It's an awkward, it's in between these two, which is, I like slippery and sticky, not in between, where if you're doing, because I couldn't even get a speed run out of it because it would just, slide once I put the power on it. But that's what I've made, and they drift perfect. I couldn't, I put tape, electrical tape, over the stock wheels, which did fine for a while, but it got really, annoying having to replace the tape every, couple of days. So I love it. I like this chassis platform. It's really it's not difficult to work on. It's more cramped, I guess you could say, than the Rustler VXL that I have. Definitely more cramped, but I like it. I like the idea of 1/16 scale platform. And it turns out that you can make this into the Slash, the Rally, I think they have like a truck now, the E-Revo, and the Summit. And you can add some more in the comments if I forget any. And all you gotta do really is just replace this part of the thing, of the car. So, yeah. And then it's got, the one that I have, the Boss, has really short street suspension, but when you get the E-Revo, the whole thing drops down. And with the E-Revo, you have to get new, like, axles and swing arms and, all that stuff. And then, you're going to get a new body and this wing thing that goes on the back. But I might do that in the future, or convert it to a Slash, But it's really durable as of right now. I haven't broken a single part. I've had it since Christmas. So, yeah, it's got cool little features, I guess. You can have dual servos, which you can't have in the Rustler without heavy modification, I guess. And it's got these little vents. I don't know if you can see them. Right, and the car is really dirty. right there in the battery compartment, which is pretty cool. It's got them on the front and back. And I love that it came with 2.4, because that was a real big pain coming with the Traxxas, coming with this remote that takes, this only takes 4 batteries, the other one took 8, and it's got this, cool little mini antenna, and the range on it is, more than I need, so, but you don't need to bring it out as far as I do with the Rustler, but I haven't messed with any of the settings. I suggest when you get it, do the 70-30 setting. If you don't know what it is, it's like, instead of, so see the throttle now, if I move the switch, it gives me less travel. So when I move it like that, it gives me more travel, so more precision on the throttle. And that's, I love that setting. It's got these knobs on the remote are, kind of a pain. I wish they were digital on the Spectrum remotes. But the remote's okay. Which, I mean, they're not going to put in a really nice remote on a base, thing. But it comes, I did the brushless version because I like to go fast. And the motor in it is berserk. I mean, it's really overpowering this car. I have it in training mode only, when I'm drifting, because it's just too much. And I like having all that power, but it might be a little bit too unnecessary. Well, no, that's wrong. There's nothing too unnecessary, but I like it. It's got a whole lot of power, and the runtime on each of these batteries when I'm drifting is a lot. Because I'm doing minor little drifts and stuff, and so it lasts more. I'll go out and run it for an hour, maybe with both of them. Or maybe with just one, and it just gets so long that I just bring it inside. And the motor does get hot when you're running on, like, these street tires. So, I mean, it gets, like, really, it doesn't get as hot as my Rustler does. Like, I don't think it's gone into thermal cutoff yet. But you need to take note of that if you're new into RC and getting into 1/16 scale, is you need to get, you need to make sure that all your stuff is up, or is, cool. That's why I put this little battery thing in there, or not the battery, the little wing, I guess, to put the air on the motor. But the ESC and motor, they get really hot, and they're really, really close together, which does not help the heating. So, but I like this, this suspension is on the top instead of having shock towers, which, broke a lot. So, yeah, I love it so far. It's pretty great, and it's got, for drifting, if you don't know, having a locked differential helps, and you can get a differential locker by Traxxas. What I tried to do was just put in thicker oil, and that didn't work because I think it just spilled it out, so, like, stuff sticks everywhere because it's gotten everywhere. But now, this one, the back differential spins even easier than the front, so that was a fail altogether. But, yeah, I'm going to have a running video up soon of it. All around, it's a great car. I wouldn't say this would be a great first car, though. I would say you would be better off for a first car, with the Rustler VXL. Because in my opinion, it's bigger, so it's more easy to work on. Easier, proper grammar or whatever. But, yeah, I would think, this is still a great car. It's a great beginner car, but it's just all around the Rustler would be a better, in my opinion. I only own 2 cars. I'm not one of those guys with 8 RC cars. I've got a very basic setup. But, yeah, overall, I love it. It's got the waterproof branding on it, but don't run it through water. Even if I've seen people that drive their slashes under in pools. That's dumb. You really shouldn't do that. But yeah, I love it. I love this car. Anybody considering buying it, buy it. It's definitely worth the $300-something you pay for it. But, like, what if I would think is get the model you want, because, any 1/16 model you can convert into another one. So if I got this and I wanted the e-Revo, I could do that. I wouldn't have to go buy an e-Revo. And if I wanted a Slash, I could do it. It's not hard. But that's what I'm going to end up doing eventually. So my overall review is that I love it. I love this 2.4. It's a great remote. It's not, the best, but it comes with 4 AA's. If I can get this little thing to open. Hold on. It comes with 4 instead of 8, which I don't know why you need 8. It's ridiculous. So, it's got, waterproof electronics, the VXL. If I were you, I would highly suggest to get the VXL version because it's, the brushless really appeals to everybody. But, I love this car. I think it's a great car. It's not necessarily the greatest first car, but, if you have a little bit of prior RC experience, I would say to get this car. I think it's awesome. So, that's my review of the Traxxas Boss 302. Remember to subscribe. I have like 30 subscribers, which is kind of bad. But, yeah, subscribe. Tell my channel about your RC buddies and everything. Yeah, and make sure to comment. I love it when people tell me what I'm doing wrong with my videos so I can, get better and everything. So, yeah, thanks for watching.
We can play some rock and roll. Hello again to all my friends. Together we can play some rock